Alright there you guys again, welcome to another of my live videos, and reports are now suggesting what I have currently read is now officially about Kyle Walker, that he's currently joined Manchester City. He's currently due his medical tomorrow, I think, and this is agreed. Thursday. He's currently arrived in Manchester today, I think, for this. And it has been fully confirmed now, or almost confirmed, that City are paying £50 million. City are going to be paying £50 million plus add-ons as well, which is around about 3 million add-ons, which will take that to £53 million for Kyle Walker. This now, supposedly, basically now, is one of the most world's expensive defender. He's currently gone above the radar of David Luiz, who went from Chelsea to Paris Saint-Germain back in 2014, which I think was £50 million, and he's also gone above in England terms. Liverpool, the £49 million that City had give to Liverpool, so now he's basically now one of the world's most expensive defenders with this deal. Obviously, it had been negotiating for like at least a couple of weeks between City and Tottenham for a deal with Kyle Walker. Basically, he's essentially, according to reports, according to the Football Association, he was basically the best England right back last season, according to the reports. But this is good for Manchester City's perspectives, as they did currently miss out on Dani Alves. As Pep Guardiola did say, that was his main priority, to strengthen up in that back line, add depth there in that back line, and that's what he's currently done, and also looking to strengthen up his left back position as well, and he's currently looked into Benjamin Mendy from Monaco. But now, you know, he wants more dynamic fullbacks in his team, and he's going to get that, and he's got that with Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker, you know, he's very good in the air, very good at giant forward, and you saw that last season with him and Danny Rose on each flank. Danny Rose at left, Kyle on the right. You know, tremendous speed, you know, thriving forward, you know, exploiting attacks and stuff like that, and that's what something Kyle Walker does. And currently Danny Lever, the Tottenham chairman, had basically said it was a price tag for around about £50 million. Basically, City was supposed to be, City were recurrent to only spend 40 million. They wasn't going to go over the 40 million mark. But Danny Lever did insist he was not going to lower it, the 50 million valuation price tag. But as City have currently lost out on Dani Alves, as basically with Dani Alves, he's generated as one of the best fullbacks in the world. Very good at going forward, good at giant forward, tremendous speed, good in the air also is Dani Alves. And look what he's achieved, you know, 8 years at Barcelona. Pep Guardiola looked to get that reunion with him. It was one of his main priority. They'd been in talks for weeks over this. They agreed in principle of a deal for Dani Alves, but he has currently done a U-turn to he's done a U-turn to Paris Saint-Germain, and then City were very disappointed about that. So basically now, if City hadn't met the price tag of what Danny Lever set out from Tottenham, then they basically missed out on another main priority target. So basically they had to break the deadlock, you know, to get Kyle Walker on the board. And basically Kyle Walker was basically scheduled to go on the pre-season training with Tottenham. But it hasn't turned out that way, and he's adding more fluidity in the back, more dynamic, you know, players who can drive forward. He's currently Manchester City. That was his main priority, that full-back position. At City had currently lost Gael Clichy. They'd lost Bagini Sagna, and they lost Pablo Zappaleta as well, so they needed alternative replacements for that as well. And basically with a lot of Tottenham have been consistent in the last couple of seasons. They have been a fantastic team. They've been well organised. You know, They've been very consistent. They've been challenging there, you know, and they've been consistent for the last couple of years. And the same situation with us with Dier. Jose Mourinho basically was willing to pay up to 50, 60 million pounds for Eric Dier, and also doubly his wages as well. But a lot of top quality players in Spurs, they are resisted. They are resisted to their star quality. Yeah, that's it. Resisted to their star quality players. Tottenham, they're not willing to sell a lot of their star quality players. Tottenham, as you've seen, such as Harry Kane and all that. But with Eric Dier, they're not basically willing to sell him. They're basically saying he's not for sale. And basically before, we're interested in Eric Dier still. Jose Mourinho wants to get him on the board. But currently, Ed Woodward and the vice chairman had in talks and discussions with Ed Woodward, the vice chairman, and Danny Lever were in talks about Eric Dier. But it had been, Danny Lever said this had been currently not back, and they are not willing to sell Eric Dier. I did say he's very strong, he is ambitious, he is good in the air, he is good at driving forward, is Eric Dier. I prefer him over Matic any day of the week, but he doesn't complement your likes of your Fabinhos and your Nainggolan's that I do really want in that midfield. But currently, Walker in the past has been at Sheffield United. I think he's been at Northampton on loan before, and he's been at Queen's Park Rangers on loan before as well. But he is a fantastic defender. He's very aggressive, very good in the air, very strong. And it's become now, he's basically the world's most expensive defender. But according to reports that Pochettino he's basically wanting to generate these funds and raise these funds. He says you got to sell to basically if you want to buy in the transfer market. This is coming from Pochettino, and he's looking to add depth and bolster their squad up, as they are currently still awaiting their first signing of the summer, Tottenham Hotspur. But yeah, Kyle Walker is a fantastic player. He will be a fantastic signing for the likes of Manchester City. I said he'd been scheduled to go with Tottenham for the pre-season tours. He's currently now going to be going with Manchester City on their US tours. So Pep Guardiola will be delighted with this, that he's now got Kyle Walker on the board. But they've been in negotiations for quite a few weeks. But this is going to be 50 million. This is going to be £50 million according to reports. And if the add-ons do achieve, that will be one of the world's most defensive players. As we had it 16 years ago, something, when we paid 30 million for Ferdinand. That was a world record figure then, but that was going back 16 years ago, so that doesn't really count anymore. And yeah, that's going to bolster Manchester City up. And they've currently also got Bernardo Silva on the board. They've got a Benfica keeper on the board. And, you know, City have got defensive problems. And, you know, Pep Guardiola's looking to strengthen up there in that situation, strengthening that back lineup, which he has officially done. And City have done it. They have currently got Kyle Walker on the board. It was pretty adamant that Kyle Walker was going to be leaving Tottenham anywhere. As you see, Tottenham have got rid of players in the past. They've got rid of, you know, your likes of Adebayor in the past. And they've got rid of, like, a few other players in the past. This may be a disappointment for Tottenham in a way, because it is basically one of their best defenders, Kyle Walker. But they will be disappointed about losing him. But they can basically benefit from this. They can raise these funds to get other alternative replacements. Tottenham have still got a fantastic squad. They've got a young age talent in there, and they can replace him and get better players on the board. You know, Tottenham have still got a good squad. They've got likes of Kane there. They've got likes of Dele Alli in there, Dembele, you know, Danny Rose, you know. So Tottenham have still amazingly got a good squad in there. You know, they've got a fantastic squad. Bit there, guys. They've still got a good squad. Some people think they may collapse now by losing one of the key players, Kyle Walker. I don't think Tottenham will collapse. I still think they'll be very consistent next season. I do think they now will look more in the region in the transfer window. They've looked at quite a few players. They'll get the right players in. I still think they'll be consistent. I don't think they'll collapse. And it's also beneficial for Manchester City with Kyle Walker because he's highly rated. You know, he's got fantastic experience as well as Kyle Walker. So that will be very, very beneficial for Manchester City. But a lot of teams have identified key positions need to strengthen up. City needs to strengthen up in the back line. We need to have depth and character in that midfield. And Chelsea need reinforcements up front as well. And this is what Tottenham are doing, looking for these reinforcements. They're looking to bolster the squad up. And that was basically one of Pochettino's transfer policies, basically. Sometimes you got to sell, you know, to buy what players you want in the market. And that's how it currently is. So, yeah, Kyle Walker is currently having his medical tomorrow. Once that's completed, it will be fully announced he is currently a Manchester City player. And City basically looking to bolster on each flank because they're looking for a left back, which is Mendy. They've obviously got the right back in Kyle Walker. They're currently wanting Dani Alves as well. They was currently disappointed with that. So yeah, from City's perspective, that good news, and he's currently now arrived in Manchester as this afternoon, I think, as Kyle Walker, you know, and yeah, and I think he'll be due his medical tomorrow. So but it's going to dramatically improve City. You know, there's going to be more. The fullback's going to be more dynamic. They're going to push forward. They're going to press. You know, they're going to get that passes into the key positions, and it's going to strengthen City's defensive lineup. And they've currently spent quite a lot of money now. City, we've spent just over 100 million on 2 players at the moment. So yeah, that's the latest news about Kyle Walker. He is officially now a Manchester City player. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you with. So take it easy and I'll see you later. Bye.